Hello, if you want to try a map with beautiful terrain, lots of productions, and a beautiful downtown area, along with some constructibles, you might like this map. It's Kinlaig, Scotland. Of course, it's over in Scotland. And it's a beautifully done map. It's the Highlands map by Giant Software. Let's just take a quick look around. One of the first things I like is that your house, finally, you can go inside, because most of the standard houses, you cannot go inside. Okay, this is your living room with some bagpipes over here. Gives it that Scottish look. It's older, rustic. I get a little creeped out by Walter staring in the window. I think he's a peeping Tom there instead of Walter. But he's there. Especially at night, you see him and it makes you jump a little. But this is a nice house that you can go inside. I'm liking it. Okay, you got your little outside area here where your laundry is. Goes to the outside. And you got your little office in here where you can sit down and compute some stuff for your farm. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And your living area there. All right, let's go upstairs. Stairs definitely have a rustic look. Look at that. Okay, you got a little bathroom in here with a shower. You have an attic space. You can come up here and watch TV. Away from everybody, I guess. I guess that's your man cave. I don't know. Woman cave. She shed. Looks like my 10-year-old's room, I guess. He does have a laptop. Maybe he sits in there and does his homework. And you got another little area here, sitting area, I guess, for guests maybe. And then you got the master bedroom. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool coming here to sleep. I love the houses you can go inside. That just gives it a whole different level of realism. And they should all be that way. They should all be able to go inside, especially if you're doing any kind of role play or anything like that. All right, let's take a quick look around. Over here you got a little shed. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of detail on the map. You can see all the different little pieces of stuff that they had to build in here, including a bottle of water. There are 12 collectibles on here. I might show you one. You have a little seeder here, and you got one pallet of seeds to get you going. And you got a really nice tractor out here. This is new with the Highlands pack. It's a New Holland. It comes with 281 horsepower. It's classified as a large tractor. It's upgradable to 359. So as far as large tractors go, relatively small. Your vehicle is not a pickup truck. It's a sedan. But it's very nice. Look at this inside of this thing, this Skoda. Very nicely done. Looks very modern, very cool, pretty fast too. All right, so we're going to go around here. You have a built-in sheep pen. It holds only 32 sheep, and you come with 12. So that gets you going there. You got a few babies, a few little ones that are making, or grown ones that are making wool already, and you got to give them some hay right here or grass or something. And you have a few little bales of hay that you can actually pick up, which is kind of neat without, any kind of mod, because they're not very big. So that's kind of cool. So as they run out, before you can get a chance to get your grass going, you can cut some hay there. You do have a very small lawnmower. What I recommend you do is get the half of this. The one, this goes on the front, get the one that goes on the back that matches that, and it will work on that blue tractor. You have a forage wagon that you'll need to pick up grass, and you have a pretty nice bunning trailer. This is also part of the Highlands pack. And right up this road here, you have a grass field. You start out with a few fields. So you got a grass field here that's ready to cut. So you can cut that, turn it into hay, feed your sheep. You also have some cows we're going to look at. Before we look at the cows, though, we're going to look at the rest of our stuff up here. You have the standard Massey Ferguson 8570 harvester with a grain header and a trailer. You have a fake greenhouse just for looks on your house. It doesn't do anything. You have a covered bunker silo, double bunker silo right there. And you have a garage with another tractor with a front end attachment. Strangely enough, it has a pallet fork instead of a bell fork. That should probably be a bell fork. You have this small cultivator back here that this tractor will pull. This is also part of the Highlands pack, a JCB Fast Track. Has 130 horsepower, upgradable to 150. Now, something weird about this thing. Oh, by the way, before you put the front end loader on there, take the weight off. I made that mistake. This tractor, when you go to drive it, it doesn't turn very far. And the reason is it has some different turning modes, okay? So if you're on a controller, you hit RB and then press in on the left joystick, you can change the mode to four-wheel steering. And it has another mode, you can change it this way, where it turns harder a couple of directions. And you can change it again, okay? And then you can go back to standard. Okay, in the standard mode, though, it doesn't turn very sharp at all. Kind of got a little on my nerves. I was like, what is wrong with this thing? All right, let's step over here. Now, you have a strange silo here. This is a bulk silo, and it holds only 2 things of material. And you have several fields, so I don't like it. It's also glitchy. Okay, you put your stuff in here. You're supposed to be able to pick it out over there, and sometimes it worked, and sometimes it did not. Let me show you something else. Okay, over here, there's another farm that I purchased and played with. Okay, now this has a bulk silo also. However, this one holds 3 items instead of 2, which is a little more realistic. Okay, you don't own this, but I'm going to buy it so you can see inside here. But I like this little farm a little better. It holds 3 things, and this one always worked. I put 3 things in there. I could always get it in and take it out. No glitches. So this one works better. But your base farm, the one on your base farm, is glitchy. Okay, so this thing, what I ended up doing is taking it out. Now, the good news is on this farm, you can take these things out. Okay, you can take it out, and I did, and I put a regular silo in there because I had so much trouble with that. Got some stuff in, it wouldn't let me get it out, and I was a little frustrated. Okay, you have an old shed over here to park your stuff. You can get your harvester under here. Keeps it out of the elements somewhat. Needs a little TLC, but hey. Okay, so this is your little farm right here that we just looked at. Various things of debris there. I love your house. A few of the other things need a little TLC. Okay, right here you have a few cows. Okay, you have 15 cows. Now this field will hold 112. However, it only holds like 11,500 liters of food, hay or whatever you put in there. And then 6,000 liters of water. So if you don't come up with an alternative solution, it's going to be hard to deal with as far as keeping them fed, once you get rolling there. Right now, you're not using a whole lot of food, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 liters a night, a day. But then in a year or two, that's going to double if you just let them reproduce and grow bigger. But as you approach that 119, it's going to be really hard to manage. So I don't know. You could replace this with a barn, but it's kind of unlevel. So you just have to kind of figure that out, if you can figure out the food. Or just sell some before it gets all the way to 119. Okay, this is one of your fields that's ready to harvest. It's about 5 acres, and it has barley in it. Okay, and then you have this, but that's not a regular field. It's meadow. And it never showed meadow grass. So I don't know if that's a glitch as far as the cows. Now I know you want to feed them anyway because that's only 40%, but it should give them something. Then across the way here, you have another field. This field is 6.76 acres, and it has wheat in it. Okay, wheat in it. Now, when I first started playing, I noticed these two in my grass field up the way there. And I forgot that this was also my field. because I was going to plant canola in it, and I didn't notice till the next month. But this is 4.76 acres, and it's ready to plant. They all need lime, of course. And over here, up here is your grass field, okay? Your grass field. You have a lot of detail on here, these cool little houses. These you can't purchase, but some you can. Those little farms like the one we're at. Anywhere that has water, you can take a fishing pole. You can buy it at the shop for $150, and you can go fishing. You can fish in the stream. You can come up with a little source of water, or you can go all the way to the coast. Anywhere it has water, you can fish. And I had another video I did just kind of getting started with nothing and a fishing pole, and it worked out pretty good. I got like $1,300 after a while of fishing. There's some other things down here. Now there's some constructibles on here. This is one here we'll drop down and take a look at. Okay, now this is the windmill. The windmill is kind of like a grain mill. But in order to do that, you have to buy this land and you have to build it, okay, by bringing all the materials up here. Okay, there's also another constructible that we're going to look at. Okay, we're back at our farm. I just want to show you how to get to the shop. So you come down here. There's some other fields up there you can get. All these other little single houses you see, you can purchase the land and get those. But all the ones I tried, you could not go inside. Okay, here's your little downtown area. It's very nice and it's on the water. And a cool thing about this map, you can buy a couple of boats. Okay, here's where the shop is. You do maintenance on the side here. Pick your stuff up in the back. Remember in Scotland, they drive on the left side of the road. So there you go. Beautiful, beautiful old church down here. There's a lot of detail and little businesses down here. Okay, welcome to Kinlaig. Speed limit 20. Drive carefully. So you got this downtown area. It's very cool. Looks very nice. And along the way, it's going to have some realistic looking shops. Some graffiti. Nothing ugly, of course, because it is everyone rated. Longdale, a copy shop. You got a costume shop. Unicorn magic shop. Gallery, art gallery. Phone booth. There's a tailor shop you could purchase. Captain's cabin. Got some fake construction going on there. Like I say, a lot of detail. The clock. The clock actually works. Okay, it's really 10:25. It shows the correct time of the game. A little farmer's kiosk over here. A lot of detail. You can see some of the stuff over there. There's a bank. The red lights work. Glen Hat Company, florist. Great role-playing map because there's a lot of stuff on here. Captain's cabin, the other side, thistle pot, all kind of things down here. Now, a lot of these streets are one way, so pay attention when you come down here, especially if you have traffic turned on. Okay, we're down here at the pier. There's a fish market. There's other things down here. We're going to go down here and take a look-see. Loading zone for the fish market. It does come with a forklift down here that you can use, and I'll show you why you need that. Okay, you can purchase boats here. There's one just for fun, the sport boat for $55,000, and you can purchase this cargo boat for $275,000. And the reason you need that, if you go to the construction menu, and then you scroll over to, you're under the factories, but you scroll over to aquaculture. Okay, aquaculture. So you can purchase this little thing and put it on your land. It's where you grow trout. Okay, trout and salmon, small fish. You feed it fish food that you buy at the shop. And I'll show you, there's one that comes on the map that you can also buy for $95,000. It's already here. Then you can purchase this little thing and put it on your land. It's a pond, and you get baby fish from yours, or distribute it to there, put some fish food in there, and it grows full-grown fish. That's kind of cool. The other thing you can get, and you have to come down here, is this thing. And you have to put it offshore somewhere. That's why you need that cargo boat. So what you got to do is load your stuff on the cargo boat. You back it up to this pier, put the gate down on the boat, use the forklift to load fish food, and then you got to carry that out here to your thing once you put this in the water. Okay, and that's how that works. There's an old castle here for looks. You can take your boat. There's a little island over here. You can't cross the bridge because that goes into the off the map. Some other little homes you can purchase over here. Other little farms. Like I said, you can swim out or take the boat out to this island. There's a little lighthouse there. A lot of detail on here. The fields they're just beautifully done. They're not all the same. They're different. It looks like real life. Okay, it looks like real life. Let's go up. Let me show you the other constructible. Okay, look at this high ground up here. Let me show you where you are in the map. Okay, here's your farm over here. And you got your grass field, 3 other fields there. One that needs planting. Okay, the shop is right here. This is where you buy a boat. There's your forklift you could use. There's the island. If you go to this part right here, you can tell it looks tall. Okay, right here you have the other constructible. Now you don't have to buy this to start working on it. You can just start bringing some stuff up here. A couple of pallets of wood beams and a couple of pallets of lawn planks, and they will get started. And the idea is you're going to build a castle. And I'll probably do another video on building the castle. It's too much for this one, but that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And I put some stuff in here, and it actually gave me money back in sold products. So it's like a reimbursement. So that's kind of cool. So you buy the stuff, bring it up here, and you get some money back. Okay, let's look at the productions on the map. There's quite a few. You start out, you don't own any, but they're pretty easy to get. You have a bakery, a biogas plant, carpentry, fish food factory, the quarry, a sawmill, spinnery, stonemason, tailor shop, vegetable processing, windmill that you have to buy the land first and build it. You have a young fish breeding, and there you go. So a lot of productions here you can get. That fish food factory, you have to have the oil factory, you have to have some other productions, you have to look at that, but a lot of things you need for that. All right, now I'm going to do a spoiler alert. If you don't want to see this, go ahead and exit the video. I'm going to show you one of the collectibles, just so you get an idea what they are. Okay, you're over here at the coast. Look at all the seagulls. You can hear them too when you're down there. Okay, so you come down here, leaving the pier over there where the fish market is, and just come down this beach and you're going to see one. And this is what they look like. And there you go. It tells you we found chapter 5. There's 12 of these, and that's one of 12. Interestingly enough, you don't get any money yet. So if you find out what you get, let us know in the comments if you've already figured out what you get when you find all 12 of these. Let me know. Okay, I just want to show you the shop because it's very nicely done. Okay, this is where you do your maintenance. You don't have to drive all the way in there, but you can park out here, your trigger's right there, and you do your maintenance on your vehicles. Let me show you the detail on the inside of this, though. Look at this. You come in here, it looks very nice. They got tools on the shelf. Looks very nicely done. Like you can come in here and go shopping. The only thing it's missing that I wish it had is people. There's people everywhere else. I did a review on BR163, a Brazil map, and it had, you went to their shop and it had people walking around in there. And this needs that. There are no people in here. So it makes it a little sterile. But everything else is wonderful. Wonderful. But it just needs some people running around. And they have them in other places like downtown. So they just need a few people running around in here to make it realistic. But that's pretty much the map. I am Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. It's very well done. Has a lot of detail. I think you're going to like it. If you'd like to purchase it, you can do it in the link down below and help out the channel. So I'll see you on the next go round. Bye-bye.